Imagine a world where the United States, the most powerful nation on Earth, sets its sights on a territory larger than Western Europe, a land rich in untapped resources, strategic military value, and the key to controlling the future of global trade. This isn't the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster. This is real, and it's happening right now. Welcome to the battle for Greenland. In early January 2024, just weeks before Donald Trump was set to assume the American presidency for a second term, he made a shocking announcement. At a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago estate, Trump declared that the United States needed to reclaim the Panama Canal and acquire Greenland. His reasoning? Economic security, national defense, and, some would argue, a legacy that would echo through history. But why Greenland? Why now? To understand the gravity of Trump's claims, we need to dive into the history of this icy giant and its role in the geopolitical chessboard of the 21st century. Greenland, the world's largest island, has been a point of interest for centuries. First settled by the ancestors of the Inuit people and later by Vikings, Greenland became a Danish colony in the 18th century. During World War II, when Denmark was occupied by Nazi Germany, the United States took control of Greenland to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. After the war, Greenland was returned to Denmark, but its strategic importance only grew. During the Cold War, Greenland became a critical asset for the United States. Its location between Washington, D.C. and Moscow made it an ideal site for military bases and early warning systems. Thule Air Base, established in northern Greenland, played a crucial role in monitoring Soviet activities and defending against potential nuclear attacks. But as the Arctic ice melts due to climate change, Greenland's importance has shifted from military strategy to economic opportunity. The melting Arctic ice is opening up new shipping routes, such as the Northwest Passage and the Northern Sea Route, which could revolutionize global trade. By 2050, the Transpolar Sea Route, passing directly over the North Pole, could become viable, cutting travel times between Asia, Europe, and the Americas by thousands of kilometers. And guess what? Greenland sits right at the center of this new trade network. But that's not all. Greenland is believed to hold vast reserves of critical minerals, including rare earth elements, lithium, and uranium. These resources are essential for modern technologies like electric vehicles, renewable energy systems, and military equipment. Currently, China dominates the global supply chain for many of these minerals, and the U.S. sees Greenland as a potential alternative source. The island's untapped oil and gas reserves further add to its economic appeal. Greenland's potential has already attracted significant international interest. In recent years, Chinese companies have attempted to invest in Greenland's mining sector, raising concerns in both Denmark and Washington about Beijing's growing influence in the Arctic. The Trump administration previously expressed interest in purchasing Greenland back in 2019, an idea that was initially dismissed as a joke but later revealed to be a serious proposal. While Denmark rejected the offer outright, it highlighted Greenland's growing importance in global geopolitics. So, what's the response from Denmark and Greenland? Unsurprisingly, both have firmly rejected Trump's overtures. The president of Panama similarly dismissed Trump's claims about the Panama Canal, asserting that every square meter of the canal is Panamanian and that its control is non-negotiable. In Denmark, the government and the newly crowned King Frederik X have emphasized Greenland's integral role within the Danish kingdom. The Danish royal coat of arms was even updated to highlight Greenland's status, symbolized by a polar bear. Greenland's prime minister has been particularly vocal in asserting the island's desire for independence from Denmark, stating, "We don't want to be Danes. We don't want to be Americans. We want to be Greenlanders." This sentiment reflects a growing movement among Greenland's population, which is predominantly Inuit, to achieve full independence. However, Greenland's small population of around 56,000 people and its heavy reliance on Danish subsidies present significant challenges to achieving self-sufficiency. Greenland's path to independence is fraught with economic and logistical challenges. The island's harsh environment, with 80% of its land covered by ice, makes resource extraction and infrastructure development extremely difficult. Additionally, Greenland's population is too small to provide the labor force needed for large-scale mining operations, meaning that any significant development would require the importation of foreign workers. This could lead to dramatic demographic changes and social tensions. Moreover, Greenland's economy is heavily dependent on Danish subsidies, which account for 20% of its GDP and half of its government budget. Without these subsidies, Greenland would face severe economic difficulties. While the island has a legal pathway to independence through a referendum, the economic realities make this a daunting prospect. If Greenland were to declare independence, it would face an immediate need to secure economic partners and investors. China, the European Union, and the United States would all compete for influence over Greenland's resources. While some Greenlandic politicians have advocated for partnerships with multiple countries to maintain neutrality, others warn of the risks of becoming too dependent on any single foreign power. Another option is for Greenland to enter into a compact of free association (COFA) with the United States, similar to agreements the U.S. has with Micronesia, the Marshall Islands, and Palau. This would allow Greenland to maintain its sovereignty while benefiting from U.S. economic and military support. Some Greenlandic politicians have even suggested a dual COFA agreement with both the U.S. and Denmark. The question remains, what role will the United States play in Greenland's future? While outright purchase is highly unlikely, Washington may seek to expand its influence in Greenland through economic investments, military partnerships, and diplomatic efforts. The U.S. could also leverage its military presence at Thule Air Base to strengthen its Arctic strategy, countering Russia and China's growing activities in the region. Ultimately, the future of Greenland should be determined by its people through fair and open elections and referendums. Whether Greenland remains part of Denmark, achieves independence, or enters into a new relationship with the United States, its decisions will have far-reaching implications for the Arctic and the world. Greenland is more than just a piece of land on a map. It's a symbol of the changing world, where climate change, geopolitics, and the quest for resources are reshaping the global order. The battle for Greenland is just beginning, and its outcome will shape the future of the Arctic and the world for generations to come. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.